Let's see the quick recap. So yesterday we have covered about object copying. We have seen three types in the object copying. One is copy by handle, shallow copy, deep copy. So we have gone through the copy by handle. That means it is the this is possible. This is possible. But this won't affect this count. You
This conference will now be recorded.
so let's see the quick recap. So yesterday we have covered about object copying. We have seen three types in object copying. One is copy by handle, shallow copy, deep copy. So we have gone through the copy by handle. That means it is the copying of the handles. So locations. Directly it will copy the memory locations. I mean two memory locations. So that means those two objects on the same location. If any one of the object will get updated, means other object will also get updated. So this is the problem we are facing. So to overcome this, we have gone through a solution called let's make the two objects in a separate locations. Let's move that two objects into two different locations. So that results in a new concept called shallow copy. Shallow copy, like it will do the copy on the top level. That means for object or for non-object based properties, it is copying fine. Even though if I am changing any one of the object, if I am changing anything from the copied object, it is not affecting the original source. So this is what for non-object. Whereas for object, the problem is if I update the copied source, it is even affecting the original source. That means again here copy by handle is taken on. So to this, what we have come up with the solution is like for that object properties whatever they're instantiated in the class, let's create two separate memories for the two objects and copy the things. This will create a solution for that. So that means it is working fine. So here this is like a copy by handle. Here if I change S2, S1 will get affected. So here this is shallow copy. If I change S2, S1 won't get affected. That is applicable for non-objects. Whereas for object properties, if I change S2, S1 is getting affected. That means for object properties S1 and S2, the objects are having object copying will be going based on the copy by handle. To overcome this, what we get in solution is like deep copy. That means we will create the object property, a separate new location, and then we will do the copying for that. So this is one way of doing that, and by using the shallow copy only, this is another way. Here I am assigning field to field. That means property to property. Here what we are doing is like here I am using direct shallow copy. That means here I am telling that st is equal to new this. This means this refers to s1, okay, and st. I am telling that create new memory for st and copy whatever the content there in the s1. Next I am telling that st.p. Inside st there is a p. For that create new memory and copy the content whatever there in the s1.p. So that is what st.p. So once all the copying was done, I am telling that return st. So that was capturing on s2. So now we are completely getting out of these errors. Like this is 100. Sorry. And this I have just copied that, right? So I didn't update it. I have copied that. Yeah, fine. Now it will work fine. This is what we have seen in the yesterday session. Okay. So, and one more kind of copy left is like dollar cached. So, before going to the dollar cached, any doubts? Before going to the dollar cached, any doubts? No doubts?
No doubts.
Okay. So then we will go through the caching.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, one doubt.
Okay.
In object, non-object, and object properties. Sir, object properties means allocation of memory.
Yes.
And non-object means there will be no allocation of memory.
No, not like that. This is non-object. Non-object in the sense you don't need to create memory for that. That means it is like a static data types. Okay. Whereas here, this kind of things, you need to create memory for this. That means you need to create object for this. For these kind of data types, we call this as an object properties. Properties in the sense it is like instantiation of the data types. Okay. So if I need to create any object for any one of the instance, then such kind of properties are called object properties. Here, if I used to create memory p equal to new, then only the memory will going to happen for p. Whereas here in here that is not the case. In here is like this is static. This is a static data. That means whenever this was defined, automatically the memory will get allocated. So here I don't need to create any object with the help of the new constructor, with the help of the constructor. That is the reason we are calling this as a non-object property. Whereas here I need to create memory with the help of constructor. So that is why we are calling this as an object property. Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah. Okay. So any other doubts, guys? Any other doubts? So okay, fine. Then we will start with the caching. So today's agenda. So we will focus on caching. Okay? We will focus on caching. There is of two types. One is static caching. Static and dynamic. So dynamic, we'll implement that with dollar cache. Okay. Here we call with the help of dollar cache. So this is where the fourth type of copying. Okay. So for this, if we need to go into the dynamic, we need to understand what is static. If we can understand what is static, then we can understand what is dynamic means. Okay. So let's see. So first caching. So caching. So did you guys have ever heard about the word caching? Anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Where you have heard that word?
In C language, sir. In fixed type testing and accepted testing.
Okay, fine. Let's put this coding languages aside in the real life scenarios. Okay, in the real life scenarios, where did you have heard that?
Movies, sir. Movies.
Movies. Okay, fine. I will tell you one more real life example. Like we are seeing all the irons, iron molding, iron casting. Okay, let's see. The things are like how iron tawa. Let's take like the daily usage that we are having, that we all have in our homes, like cast iron tawa kind of things. Okay? So how did they make this? Simple. They first mold this iron. Okay, they will get that into the liquid form, and then they will create a mold. They will pour that liquid iron into that. Automatically, what will happen? That will get into that respective mold. That is what the casting means. Okay. So conversion of one form into another form. Conversion of liquid iron or molten iron into a solid iron. Okay, into the shape I wanted. So this is what the casting. This is a metal casting. Okay, this is a metal casting. And if you see, where can I even say the casting? Nowadays I have, I also see it's like this water tanks. Water tanks. That water tanks is like the plastic water tank. That is a PVC water tank. What they will do is they will send. They will use some kind of liquid into the mold, and they will heat that, and we will get the direct water tank. That is what the casting. Okay, that is a fiber casting. Okay, that is fiber casting. And the next thing is like the cement blocks. We are seeing the cement blocks. The what we can say like the bricks, the mud that is converted into a brick. They put that mud into a mold, and they will press that. They will get a kind of brick shape. They will heat that. Okay, while heating, all the moisture will get evaporated, and they will become like brick. That means before conversion of brick, that mud is in some other form. But after that, after conversion into the brick, that became a brick. That means it got converted from one form to another form. Metal, liquid metal got converted into a mold. It might be an iron pan, iron tawa, or something like that, or nuts, bowls, anything kind of that. Okay, the things are like we are converting one form of the object, one form of the things into another form. That is what we call it as a casting. Did everyone got this? Did everyone got this? The things are like they use this. They use the word casting. Like engineers use the word casting for civil engineering kind of things a lot. Metal casting. Best example is metal casting. Okay, so I think everyone got this. Casting means conversion of one form, conversion of an object or metal. I can say metal from one form to another form. Say metal casting. Metal casting. So this is what the metal casting means. That means example, conversion of or else liquid molten iron was converted into iron pan. Okay, afterward. This is one of the examples of metal casting. That means conversion. So now, what is metal object casting? So this is metal casting. Means conversion of one form of metal into another form. Next. Then what is object casting? Conversion of one object into another object. Right? Converting of one object into another object is called object casting. That's it. This is what the object casting means. Then you may ask, like, you are telling like this is an object casting. So object means that will happen at runtime. Then what about if the memory got created at, if the memory was created at the compile time? The object means the memory will get created at the runtime, right? Then what we call, if that memory will call that, the memory will get created in the compile time. Object means memory will get created at runtime. What we say, if the memory got created at runtime, in that situations, so I get compiled. Then for such kind of situations, the casting possible or not? So this might be one of the questions. I just told like object copying means object casting in the sense conversion of one object into another object. Then I'm talking about the object. So what about the non-objects? That means non-object in the sense that memory was created at the compile time. So for such kind of things, is casting possible or not? So to know this, we need to know what and all are the types of casting. There are two types of castings. So one is static casting. Second is dynamic casting. So first of all, the primary rule is casting will be done on properties only, or single properties only, or I can say data types only. On singular data types. If you even say on singular data types only. That means singular means in A. It is like singular data type in A of n. This is non-singular. So what I am trying to tell here is the casting can be performed on vectors. It cannot be performed on arrays or queues or associative arrays. Okay, this is what my intention was like. So next. So it is strictly saying that we need to do a casting purely on singular data types only. Next, the very next thing is here what is meant by static casting and what is meant by dynamic casting. So let's see static casting. So static casting in the sense if the memory memory of the property was created at compile time, then such kind of properties, for such kind of properties, we will perform static caching. So now tell me, which kind of data types the memory will get created in the compile time? Which kind of the data type? Yes, non-object data types. That is like int, byte, bit. Okay, all this the memory will get allocated during the compile time only. So for that kind of things, we will use static caching. So data types like predefined. Say data types predefined for non-object. Say int, bit, byte, integer, real, etc. For these kind of things, we will use static caching. For these kind of data types, we will use static caching. So then next question is like how to perform a cache. How to perform a cache? Syntax is like destination is equal to data type. Pick this one. Okay. Source. Now, whatever the source we have given, that source will get converted into this data type, and then it was assigned to this destination. That means, if let's take for example, my source need to convert into a destination, into my destination. Such kind of things, my source needs to convert into destination. That means my source is getting converted into destination. That means my source is getting cached into destination. Let's take like source is a molded iron, destination is an iron pan. Okay, so the mold is nothing but this data type. That means I am pouring this molten iron into the mold, and finally it is giving a iron pan to me. So iron power to me. So the exactly same thing. Whatever the destination data type is, I will give here, and I will provide source here. So automatically my tool understands like, okay, here there is a static caching is going to happen, and whatever the source is there, convert that source into this data type, and whatever the value you got, assign that to the destination. So that is what this is telling you. So let's try this. So source is getting cached into the form of into the data type destination. Example int A. Next byte B. So I have the value B. Let's take like B is equal to 20. B is equal to 20. Then I need to convert that B into A. I need to convert that B into A. So how I can write that? This is also possible. Okay? A is equal to B. I can write like this. But this is not allowed. This is also possible, but not a good practice. Because both data types are different. So this is the important one. Here both data types are different. If both are same, you can do this. That's not an issue. But here both data types are different. This is possible, but not a good practice. So for such kind of things, what we will do? So for this kind of things, we will use static caching. Simple. Destination is A. Destination type is integer. So int, telling that convert B into A. So B is getting converted into integer, and that is assigned to the A. If you see this A and this type, both are of same. Did everyone got this? Yeah. Okay. So let's see with an example. Okay? Here, I'll first write it here, and then I'll show you the example. Okay? Here, A is of integer, int type, okay? And B is of byte type. So this static caching will convert or cache the B into integer, and then convert into int type, and then the value is getting assigned to the variable A. Okay, this is how it is going to happen. Let's see one example. First, I'll write the example here, and then we will check that. Module top, in module. The same example. I'll take the same example. Int A, byte B, initial, beginning. So inside that A is equal to what the value B is equal to 20, right? So B is equal to 20. I need to convert B into A. That means A is equal to int static caching into A. So this is okay. So let's observe this. Okay, let's observe this. Everybody see? So this is yesterday's notes. Copy. Paste. So here if you observe these two things, the memory allocation will happen at the compile time. So we need to convert a hash into A. A and B both get during compiler. During compiler. So A and B both get this memory during compiling. So to do a caching, static caching is preferred. Is applicable. Okay, I'll say is applicable. Is applicable. Simple. A is equal to int B. So now I can say dollar display. A is equal to percentage VOD. Slash T. A is equal to percentage VOD. B comma A. B comma A. I will use like this. Tab new run dot vlog static dot sv using no vlog success of convention off. B is equal to 20, A is equal to 0. Here B is equal to 20, A becomes 20. The thing is like this B will get converted into integer and then this assignment will going to happen. Okay? Previously it was like 0, now assignment will happen by converting this 20 which is a byte and that was converted into integer and the assignment will going to happen. That is what the static caching means. Static caching will tell that. Okay? Static caching will tell that. Next, let's see about the dynamic caching. So before going to dynamic caching, any doubts? So you may ask like where we do this?
Once convert to string to int, sir.
HTR. HTR is equal to, let's make it like VLSI. A is equal to HTR. Then what it is, I'll come in this right now, okay? Here is equal to percentage zeros, A is equal to percentage zero D. It is like HTR comma A. See, that is the value for the VLSI. Okay, the HTR is a string that got converted into integer. So this is how the static caching will work. So the thing is like, I can do this. The best way to observe this is like for enum kind of things. It is the best suited. For that. So previously we have done one of the enum type conversion. So let's take it like this. I will create one type enum. Let's take like 1 down to 0. A is equal to 0, comma, B, comma, C, comma, D. So I have these types and it is like alpha underscore D. So next I have a data type and I can directly instantiate it here. like A1. The thing is like I have instantiated this data type as a A1. The thing is like this is the data and this is the instance name. So if I want to assign a value, A1 is equal to 2. If I want to assign a value like A1 is equal to 2, this is not going to happen because 2 is an integer kind of thing or it is a number. A1 is of alpha type. Both are different. Both data types are different. Here, 2 is a number and A1 is alpha type. Alpha underscore T, which is of different data types. So static caching required here. So for that what I will do is I will do like this. A1 is equal to alpha ALPH, right? Alpha T of 2. Now what will happen is this 2 will getting converted into alpha T and then that was assigned to A1. Okay, that was assigned to A1. Now print this. So static 5, line number 5, undefined variable A1, undefined variable alpha underscore T. So okay, fine. What I will do is I will put this on top in the global scope. Then what I will do is alpha A1. Now that is a data type and I have used that data type here. So that was globally defined and I have instantiated the data type and I have used the data type. So there are 2 errors. Compilation happen and elaboration is happening. A1 is equal to C. 0, 1, 2. value of 2 is C. So 2 is converted into the alpha type, and that alpha type, the value 2 is applicable for C. A is 0 means B becomes 1, C becomes 2. So A1 will become C. So I am printing A1 and that came as C. Did everyone understood this, guys? Did everyone understood this? Did everyone understood this?
Yes, sir.
That is what the static caching means. So let's see dynamic caching. Okay?
Sir, in enum, we said, you said like it will bind it like if we give like a more value, like if we give like 5, it will work or it will throw some error.
Where here you are trying to give more value, more than 4.
More than 4. Yeah.
Let's make it like 5. Your question is like this. Let's make it like 5. The thing is, you are trying to convert that into an alpha underscore t. There is no such value available here.
Okay.
So it will throw an error. It will throw an error. It will throw an error. Basically. Because there is no equivalent value for that. So here, what the actual intention of doing all those things? Oh, sorry, I didn't save that. It's like showing plus. Okay, it's a duet error. Okay, not an issue. This is because of the OneDrive. It is giving like P 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is taking like, so how it is possible? It is taking like this is 5. It is actually, again, it is doing that incrementing by plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 like that. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Sir?
yeah.
So what should we do if I want to print all whatever A, B, C, D?
Where you want to print all these things
Yes, sir.
at a time.
Yes.
If you want to print everything at a time, that means simply convert alpha P, that means take it like percentage P and then try to use the alpha underscore T, the instance name A1. Or else do the conversion like this. That is one of the application, okay? The thing is, why we require enum? Enum is like, it is a data type which I can directly replace a number with a alphabetical or any kind of a word, English word, where I can, that means where I don't consider about the number. Okay? So for that case, we will use enum. And the advantage of the enum is I can get plus 1 incrementation. That's it. Got it? So the thing is like, if it is of no use actually printing that whatever the content they need. The thing is, instead of 0, I can use some other name. Here I have given A, B, C, D. Okay, like I can give like this is test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4 assumption. So in that situation, I can use test name for one value, like 100 is the test 1, 200 is the test 2, 300 is the test 4. Let's assume. So I know I am the person who given this values. I know. Let's say one of our batchmates sees the same code and he didn't understand like what is this 100, 200, 300, and 400. Right? So for that reason, in that situation, this enum is helpful for me. Okay, to just assign a value to a word. That is what the enum will do, and it has an advantage like it will depend upon the data type. Even though if I didn't give this, it will work. It will take by default 30 minutes. Okay, that is the only difference. So I hope everyone got this. Everyone got this, guys? Can I move with the dynamic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's see the dynamic caching. Dynamic caching, it is like even more easier. Dynamic caching. So if the memory of the properties was allocated at the runtime, then we can, if at the runtime, if we want to perform any caching on the properties, then such kind of caching are called dynamic caching. Dynamic caching. Simple. So what and all are the properties? What kind of properties that memory will going to allocate at runtime? What properties that memory will going to allocate at the runtime? What properties, guys?
Object properties.
Object properties. That means it is nothing but the handles of any class. Okay, objects exactly. So for objects, memory will going to allocate at runtime. So if we want to perform any caching on this type of the objects, then we call that as dynamic caching is preferable. Dynamic caching is applicable. Next. Okay, so we know that dynamic caching is applicable. The next question is how we can perform dynamic caching, and so the next question we can say like how we perform dynamic caching. The next question will be like this: dynamic caching. So we can use $cache to perform this caching. So syntax. $cache destination object, source object. Destination object, source object. So there is one more important point need to be remembered, guys. Here, note. This is very important point need to be remembered. Okay. source object and destination object should be in inheritance relationship. Okay? If those things are not connected to inheritance, then the caching won't get performed. Next, one more important point is source will be the type of child. Okay? Source will be child. Destination will be parent. Okay? The things are like in object-oriented programming. There are inheritance. There is a concept called inheritance. And inheritance means parent and child. Okay, superclass, subclass. We will use two concepts called superclass or subclass. Base or derived, parent or child. Both are referring to the same thing, parent and child. Okay, in the hierarchy of the things, I can assign anything to the parent. That means whatever the lower classes are there, like child and everything, they can give any content to the superclasses. That means the classes above them. Okay, class above the child means parent. So my child can give anything to the parent. Okay? That is what the things are like. Whereas if my parent want to give to the child, then the problem will occur. The problem is like type incompatibility. I will show you. Example. Let's say we know the atomic type. A good example. Okay. Class atomic or else ATP trans or you have gone through the atomic type, right? You have you know atomic type, right?
Yes, sir.
What about the ATP transaction? You know ATP transaction class also, right? Then I will take ATP transaction. Extends or take it like ATP transaction. Okay. In class. Next class APV error transaction extends APV transaction in class. So these are the two classes I have. In module, what I will do is I will instantiate both the classes. Okay? APV error transaction. I will say like error transaction. Next APV transaction. So the things are like initial beginning. Here whoops allow to do this. Okay, allowed. This is allowed and it is legal. Okay, next. This is not illegal, but not allowed. Okay? Not allowed. This is not illegal. That means I'm not telling this is illegal, but this is not allowed because what will happen is whenever we are trying to do this, what will happen is the first of all the type check will happen. So what is the type check means? Here if you see what is the type of this error transaction, remember this guys. Wherever you have heard the word type means data type. Okay. In shortcut, we call this as type. Okay. So what was the type of the error transaction? Error underscore APV transaction.
APV error transaction.
APV error transaction is the type of the error transaction. Next, what is the type of the transaction? APV transaction, right? If you see both the different data types, right? There is an error. If you see, there is a data type compatibility issue happens. So for that reason, what they will do is they won't tell that don't do this. The alarm tells us don't do this. If you do this, you will get a compilation error telling that both are of different data types. So type compatibility issue happened. So simulation will get break in the compilation stage itself. Okay, So this was not allowed. But I can say this was also allowed. This can also be allowed if the caching, if before this caching was applied between error transaction and transaction, then such kind of error transaction is equal to transaction is also allowed. But don't get into that right now. So I'm telling that this was not allowed. Because of the type compatibility. So next, what I can do for this?
Sir.
Yeah.
The TX equals to error transaction. Is it allowed?
TX is equal to allowed. It is allowed.
Why it is not?
It is allowed in the sense. The thing what it will be is the objective-oriented programming allows that. See, let's assume like this. Whatever the content there in the error transaction, it is extended from the APV transaction. Let's assume I have implemented let's take like 10 more properties in the APV error transaction. Assumption. I have implemented 10 properties in the APV error transaction and there are 20 properties in the APV transaction. Additionally, I have implemented 10 properties in the APV error transaction. Now let's tell me how many properties are there total in the APV error transaction? Total. How many properties are there in the APV error transaction? 30, right? 30. So if I say like, here I have 30, here I have 10. If I do this, the 10 will get mapped here. Okay? If you do this, here, what about the remaining 20? In the situation, I have 30 properties got filled, and here the only 10 properties, whatever there in the transaction, the 20 properties, whatever there in the transaction, that value assignment will happen. But the problem here is I am telling like, I am giving the only 10 transactions to the 10 properties to the error transaction. Then what about the remaining 10? What about the remaining 10 in the error transaction? Did everyone understand this point? What about the remaining 10? That might be left blank. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That is the reason. They told like this is not illegal but not allowed. Okay. Anyway, it will result in compilation error. Okay. Tells like both are of different data types. In the situation, generally what the suggested way to do, whatever, if you want to do any kind of caching between two objects, the suggested way is always do the $cache. $cache is like it will internally perform copy by handle only. Okay. $cache perform copy by handle only. Okay? Copy by handle only. Internally perform. Okay? Internally perform copy by handle only. So let's see some examples. In the same way, this is not allowed. And let's observe what and all types that are the types that was allowed. Okay? Let's see example one. Example one. Class Ethernet packet. N packet. Okay? N class, sorry. N class. Class Ethernet good packet. Extends Ethernet packet. N class. Paste. Ethernet bad packet. Bad packet. Extends Ethernet packet. So let's see all these things. Now what I will do is module top and module. Here I am telling like Ethernet packet PKT1. Ethernet good packet GPKT. GPKT. Next BPKT. Say it like BPKT. Okay. Now initial beginning. So now what I will do is I will try to perform dollar cache. The thing is like PKT comma GPKT. And this is possible because GPKT is extended from PKT and this is the child and child can give data to father. And father in the sense parent. Okay, child can give anything to the parent. So for that reason, this is the source and this is the destination and this is possible. Next, in the next case, I will tell you another example. Okay? This is one of the possibilities for the dollar cache. Okay, example 2. After that, we'll see an example. Okay. So next, what I can do is I will make GPKT. No PKT. This is not possible. So what it is not possible? What it is not possible in the sense means here this is of parent and this is of child. The things here is like this kind of this by default this will tells the data type compatibility issue. Here there is a data type compatibility issue and this is not extended from this. So this was not extended from this. So for that reason it results in data type compatibility issues. And one more thing. Sometimes this will also possible. When it will be possible is like assumption. Previously there is a caching happened between these two things. Assumption there is a caching happened between GPKT and PKT. In that situation we can do this kind of caching. Okay? But if you are doing for the first time, this won't happen. Okay? This won't happen. So next, this is not possible. Next, see third example. So here, what I am trying to do is PKT1, PKT2, GPKT1, GPKT2, BPKT1, BPKT2. So now what I try to do is like this: PKT1, PKT2, BPKT1, BPKT2, GPKT2, BPKT. So if you see all these are possible because all are of same types. PKT2 and BKT1, these two are of same types. These two are of same type, that is good packet type. These two are of same type, that is bad packet type. That means if both are of two types, that will be possible, or the source must be in inheritance relationship with destination. These are the two things need to be remembered while performing the cache. Okay. Here it is possible because source and destination are of same type, same types. Same data types. So this is possible. Next, let's see another example. So here, what I will do is simply I will write like this. I will say like BPKT2 is casted into GPKT2. Is it possible or not possible? Tell me. So with the 2 points I have told, like source should be in relation with the destination through inheritance. This is one of the point, and the next point is like source and destination both are of same type, then also caching is possible. These are the two ways the caching is possible. Now tell me, is that caching is possible or not? Tell me, even if it is wrong also fine. Okay, we are on the learning stage.
Not possible.
Why? Why not possible? If possible, why possible?
The BPKT may have some other additional features, with some other properties may have that, like vice versa. So we cannot do like good packaging need more features.
Okay.
I think there is no child and parent relationship.
Yeah, fine. Exactly. The things are like there is no direct relationship between good packet and bad packet. If you see, bad packet is extended, Ethernet bad packet is extended from Ethernet packet. Ethernet good packet is extended from Ethernet packet. But Ethernet bad packet is not directly extended from Ethernet good packet. This should be in direct relationship with this through inheritance. That means if this should need to cache need to be possible means how it should be like that is class Ethernet bad packet extends Ethernet good packet. In that situation, this will be possible. Okay. So now this is not possible. Here it is not possible because source and destination are not in direct inheritance relationship. Okay. So this is what the point. Anything whenever you are performing the caching, remember two things. One is this: there should be direct inheritance relationship between source object and destination object. And the second thing is, if those source and destination are of same type, then caching is possible. So then caching is possible. Caching is possible. First, if source and destination is of same data type, then caching is possible. Caching data type, then caching is possible. Okay. Next, if source and destination object are in direct relationship to inheritance. Inheritance. Then also casting is possible. Casting is possible. Did everyone understood this, guys? These are the 4 possibilities I have shown you, like how the things are going to happen. Got it, guys? Did everyone understood these four examples? Did everyone understood this?
Yes, sir.
So next, dollar cash. Sorry, dollar cash is generally represented in 2 ways. One is in form of task, in the form of function. So what is the task-based dollar cash look like? Task-based dollar cash looks like. It is like task, dollar cash, and task. The thing, it should be like this. And how? Function-based. It's like function in dollar cash in function. So dollar cash in the sense, here we have source, destination, and destination should be of output. Okay, it is like output. Okay, here it is also like source, destination. So this is of output type. So here, if you see, it will finally do the things. If the caching here the problem is, if caching was not possible, not done, then it will result in runtime error. Okay, runtime error. So if caching is not done here, caching was not done here, then it will return 0. If caching was done, it will return 1. So we need to capture that. In such a situation, like example, the result dollar cache of source comma destination. Let's take like EKT comma GP. Okay, result is equal to, if I write like this is the function form of dollar cache. If successful conversion happen, result will become 1. If conversion not happen, result will become 0. Okay, next example. For this example, dollar cache EKT comma GPK. This is task-based dollar cache. Task-based dollar cache. If anything happen in the sense, if this caching not happen properly, then it will result in a runtime error. Did everyone understood the differences between task in the form of task-based dollar cache and function-based dollar cache? Did everyone understood the differences, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now let's see with an example. Okay, let's see with an example. So example is like straightforward, dynamic testing. Dynamic.sv as parent in class. Okay, let's take it like int count. I can say parent count. I can say function void append in function or display parent count is equal to %0d parent count. Now what I will do is class child extends parent in class. Okay, int child count. I will do these 3 lines. I copy these 3 lines and paste it here, and I will write child count, and it is like child count. Super.print. If I put super.print, this function will also, that means this statement will also get implemented here. Okay? Or else it won't get implemented. So now what I will do is, here is module top. In module, here I will use child ch parent p initial beginning ch is equal to new. Because it is equal to new. Even for that matter, if you don't create is equal to new, that's also fine. Okay? Next, what I will do is ch dot child count is equal to, let's take like 10. Okay? P dot parent count. Let's make it like 20. Okay? So now if I do this, if I do the print ch dot print p dot print, I can get this as 10, this as 20. Now what I will do is dollar cache e comma ch. Then again I will do both things. If I can say, even I can say like this, ch dot parent count and p dot parent count. P dot parent count is equal to 30. So here what I did is this, in this I have set this as 30. Inside this I have set parent count as 20, child count as 10. So if I print this, I will get 20 comma 10, 20 and 10. If I print this, I will get 30. Now after doing this, if I do this print, I will get 20 comma 10. If I print this, I will get 20 instead of 30. Because now my parent is behaving like the child properties. That is, the child given that property to p. Okay, let's see this. Okay? If I something. Dynamic caching. run dot v log dynamic dot string using hyphen no v log hyphen suppress 1200 of run hyphen all. Okay? So in space run dot if you see, parent count is 20, child count is 10. This is for child. Okay. Next, parent count I set for 30. Once caching performed, parent count is 20, child count is 10. This is happens for child. No change in the child. But the parent count 30 goes to parent count 20. Got it? This count, this get affected here. Did everyone got this? Did everyone got this? How dollar cash is actually converting the parent into child? Did everyone got this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That is about the dollar cash. If you have any doubts, please ask. Okay. If you have any doubts, please ask, or else I'll end the session. Okay. And there is no session for tomorrow. Okay. The next session we're going to start from Monday.
Just can we go like example 2? If that can be possible or not?
What?
Sir, like
Where? This one. This one.
child 2.
This one.
This one. Oh, yes, sir.
This one. Okay. So what I will do is I'll just copy this. And dynamic tagging dynamic underscore 2.sv. So put it like int count, int good count, int bad count, int bad count. Now I have instantiated everything. I will assign that pkt dot count is equal to 10, pkt comma good count is equal to 20, pkt dot bad count is equal to 30. I did this. So now after this, what I will do is dollar display count is equal to percentage 0d slash d, good count is equal to percentage 0d slash d, bad count is equal to percentage 0d. It is like pkt dot count, pkt dot count, good count, pkt dot bad count. So again, after that, I did this. Yeah,
Sir, in GPKT there is also count is there, right?
the count is there for that. For GPKT also we got count. The problem here is this will result in an error. This is not possible actually because both the data types are of different.
Yes, sir, but
Yeah, because this count will available in good count and bad count.
no, both are all different, right? Both are different memories, right?
Remember, good packet extended from Ethernet packet, bad packet is extended from Ethernet packet. That means this count will present in good packet and bad packet as well.
That's what I'm asking. Like GPKT count is equal to some value we need to assign, right?
Yes, we need to do that. The thing is like yes, we can do that. What I did is I have directly created the values for the respective things. Okay,
Oh.
if I do this 10 value, whatever the 10 value is there, that will appear here, and here as well.
But if it is not static, right? If it is static, then it may be appear everywhere, right?
If it is extended in the sense, it will automatically appear. If I want to override things, I can override in this class only. I can't override here. If it is static, that will get overridden everywhere. Got it? That is the difference. So the thing is, even though if we want, we can do that. GPKT dot count is equal to, let's say, like 50. We can do that. Okay? It's like BPKT. Change it to 100 or 150. This is possible. But this won't affect this count.
Yes.
If it is static, if these counts are static, then if I change one of the two, it will get affected. Okay? So the things are like this dynamic 2.sv. See, fatal error. Actually, what is happening here? The thing is, I didn't assign the things, I guess.
Memory for each.
I didn't create memory for anything. See, here it is telling that $cash to type class is failed.
Okay.
Okay, the things are like why it is happening is this is the difference. If you directly assign GPKT is equal to PKT, that will create the compilation stage. That will check the type at the compilation stage. Whenever you go through $cash, actually this $cash will skip the compilation stage check and it will check the runtime. So it will check the it will do the type checks at the runtime and it will result in an error. Okay, if those two are like different kind of things, then it will tell like you can't able to do this kind of caching. Got it?
Sir, yes, sir. I got it. But one more point, like you said, if you have any additional property for GoodPKT, that is the reason why we are not able to cast. Okay, if there we didn't assign any extra property, only we are overriding methods and constraint. It is possible. Like why? Because I'm asking is we did like type of variations we did, right? In one type of like fourth variation, we changed in BFM module, we changed the PKT into GoodPKT using this one.
Yes.
The casting. That's what I'm asking. That's what I said.
I understood. I think that is an exception. Okay.
Okay.
Any other doubts, guys? Any other doubts?
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, can you show the use of dollar cast by using any one of the methods, sir, either task or function?
The thing is like there are a lot more things when you go through the project. The project actually, what we are trying to do there is, I will tell you. Like at the end, what you are trying to do is not this. I will say at the end, these two are getting in a relationship of copy by handle only. Okay, copy by handle only. I will tell one of the. I will tell you one of the real-time examples we use. The real-time we will use. Okay. The thing is like there is a function called function right. Example. There is a function called function right. Function void right. In function, I can say like APP transaction. So I will show, then if this is the thing, and there is a global variable called APP transaction. APP transaction TX. So in that situation, this T will be available locally for this function only. If I want to assign whatever the T contains with the TX, then what I need to do is I need to do the dollar cache. Then what will happen is whatever the content there here, it will directly copy that into TX. So now whatever I am getting, that is directly available global. Global in the sense that is the entire class. Okay. Got it? That means I am doing here. If you see, both are of the same text. This is an APP transaction. This is a APP transaction. So I can directly write like this. Got it? The thing is here I am copying the things. Which is of purely belonging to this function. This T is belonging to this function. This TX is of the global. That means outside this function. So how I transfer the data from locally variable to the global variable is with the help of the dollar cache. Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. Any other doubts, guys? Okay. No doubts? Okay then. We will end the session, guys. And maybe Srinivas sir will take the next session from Monday. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Okay then. I'm ending the session, guys. I will share this notes. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.